Happy Friday. Hello. Hope you're doing well. It's February 6th, 2026. And third grade has started looking at their recorder packet. The recorder packet is made up of, it talks a little bit about the history of the recorder, part of the woodwind family. It talks about how to hold the recorder, how to play the recorder. We're learning about where notes are on the musical staff and their length, their duration. And then it gives you a song for each color, increasing in difficulty. What we have been doing so far has been hot cross buns, which is the white belt. And every time you pass the white belt, I shouldn't say the white belt, every time you pass a belt, you get a rubber band that matches so that you can display that you have, there is my white belt. So, and as you can see, here are the other various belts. I'm missing the green, I gotta get that one. So let me begin with playing the white belt. See if you can see my fingers. And my right hand is on the bell, the very bottom, not touching the holes, because then that will affect the sound. All right, that was the white belt. The second one is the yellow belt. The song here is the yellow, okay? And the song is called Gently Sleep. It sounds like this. Gently sleep, my sweet child. Gently sleep with that smile. Gently sleep, little one. Gently sleep, day is done. So the goal is to know the names of the notes. They're only the G, A, and B. We're still only doing Gab, B, A, G, but they're just in a little different order and a little different rhythm. I would put the yellow on my recorder once I pass that one. Okay. All right, now we go to the next song, which is the orange belt, Merrily We Roll Along. Again, only using G-A-B or B-A-G, if the other way, and in a different order. Merrily We Roll Along is also similar to the song Mary Had a Little Lamb, just a little different version of it. All right, here it is. That is the orange belt. The first three songs I think are achievable for most of you this year. They are not that hard, and they're all B-A-G. Right, now we're moving on to the green belt, which I don't have the rubber band for yet. This one's adding a new note. It's adding an E. G, G, notice a B-A-G, F-E-D, right? Bag, fed. But this is adding an E, which is 3 fingers and 2 fingers, okay? Your left hand, see how I make an L, is on top. So it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, went to bed and he bumped his head and he couldn't get up in the morning. Honestly, it's a lot of the same pattern, just a little bit of different variants of it. So it's you need the G and the E and the A. That's all the only notes you need for this. So that's the green belt. Purple belt. You guys know this song. Old MacDonald Had a Farm. This one incorporates the D. Be really cool if you guys were able to get to the green and purple belt. We definitely need to get to the first 3, the white, yellow, and orange. But this is a little trickier with the D because the D has 2 holes that you got to cover and squeeze and get that circle on your finger to make the tone. So it's Old MacDonald. notice there's a lot of repetition in that. It repeats the same line. The beginning and the ending line are the same. Then it's B, B, A, A, G. So it's a lot of repetition. But there is your D. Okay? Now, okay, that was the purple. Put the purple on there. Very exciting. This is going to be you guys getting all these bands on here. All right? Moving on. The next song, for all of you who want to be rock stars, there is actually a recorder karate book too, but this is book 1. The next one's called Oh When the Saints Go Marching In. It's the blue belt. The new notes are, remember how B, A, G? This is C. This finger here with the thumb, okay? So here's B. Do, that's the high do when we do the hand signs. And then D, you just take the thumb off. So the song is, oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, I want to be in the number when the saints go marching in. All right, here's the tune. Those were the 2 notes in that one. Notice on the other one, Old MacDonald, we played the low D. That's like the low do, and then the high D. Okay? That's the blue belt. All right, we're getting there. All right. If you put it up here on the top on the sound chamber, try not to cover the hole there. Okay? Next one, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. This one's a little tricky. This is the red belt. We've got 3 left. This one has the low D, but it also has a half step. You remember how we do the half steps? You know how here's F, here's G, right? F, G, but in between F and G is a half step. Fa, fi, so, do, 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 re, 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 mi, 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 fa, 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 fi, 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 so. So here's an F, here's a G. This is how you play F sharp. It's basically a D without the pointer finger. That's F sharp. It's the half step in between F and G. If you look at a piano, there are white and black keys, and it's when you go up, like think about walking up steps. Some steps are bigger, some are smaller. In music, you have bigger steps and smaller steps in the tones. So this is Twinkle Twinkle, which is what's so challenging about this is getting this D, because you remember it's 2 holes down there. Just for though you smart chickens who want to know what this one is, this is C, which is not easy. That's playing all the holes. This is called a soprano recorder. It's the high voice recorder. There's an alto, which is lower, tenor, which is in singing, it's a high male, bass is the lowest, B-A-S-S. It's not, it's spelled like the fish, and that's usually a low male. Okay, so here's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You guys know this one, right? You see where I messed up? I got to the F sharp too soon. I think I need to take that again to see if I pass it. Try that again. Tricky. The one that you want was tricky that your finger doesn't want to do is this. Go from that F sharp to the E. So I'm reading this, right? I'm reading the notes. I don't have the letters written above it. I'm figuring out where the notes are on the staff. For the students that are going into 5th grade next year at Linwood, they'll expect that you're able to know the notes on that staff. It's called treble clef. That's the location of it. All right, so that was the red belt. All right, and that took me a little bit. There was some challenges, and I had to practice that a little bit. So don't be afraid to practice. And I will tell you, it's better sometimes to practice with the fingering instead of always blowing. The fingering is what you need. All right, red belt. All right, next one is the brown belt. Nope. Is it? Let's see. Dooby-dooby-doo. Yes, it is. It's called Amazing Grace. It's a sacred song. It's spiritual. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, it's also what's different about this song is you have a different time signature. It's got 3/4, which means there's 3 beats in a measure and the quarter note equals 1. We normally do the common time, which is 4/4, 4 beats in the measure, and quarter note equals 1. So that's a time signature. It's in mathematics, you call it a fraction, a numerator and denominator. So 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You see that feel kind of dance like. So that's Amazing Grace, and there's no new notes. It's D, E, G, A, B, and then high D. So it uses both D's. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can pass it on the first time. Almost. That's tricky. I'm gonna try that again. This little pattern, the finger doesn't want to do that. Some of you will do this by ear and you won't even look at the notes. We want to work on looking at the notes, but some of you have really good ears. All right, here we go. Tricky part. I'm using my better recorder. It's heavier, it's more well made. It probably cost me $15. And it just makes a better tone. $5, $8 are fine. They work well. Don't get it at the Dollar Tree. So there's my brown. All right, black belt time. This is a piece by Beethoven. He lived in the 1800s. He actually lost his hearing. And when he wrote this tune, bum, 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 he did not hear it out loud. He had lost his hearing. So it's pretty amazing. People think he probably just had it in his head and wrote it down like he was kind of a musical genius. So this uses, does it use all the notes that we've done? It doesn't use an F sharp, but it uses everything. It doesn't use the low D or E. Oh, it does use the low D. Right there. Yeah. All right. Ode to Joy, black belt. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I think there is a note for self. My bands were covering up the hole, which is why it didn't sound good. So, note to self: don't cover the whole of the sound chamber. Now there's something you have an option. When you go go up to the high D, or you can do the low one. The low one's a little tricky because this is more of an advanced position instead of this down here. So here's the one that's written. Or you can make the option of going to the same note up the octave. Octave as in 8. 8 up as, like, think of like an octagon. That's another option. That was the black belt. All right, those are the 9 recorder karate songs, and all the belts. And our goal is to at least be able for everyone to play the first 3 belts, definitely the first belt, and then, you know, continue as you like. Some of you might want to play all of them. Some of you might want to play like a favorite one that's included, or some of you might want to jump right to the black belt because that's a fun one. But definitely try to do at least the first 3. All right, happy recorder.